Our triune God isn't deistic. That means he didn't create the world and then just leave it on its own. Our triune God was involved in the world through creation. He came into the world through the incarnation. Then he gave us his Spirit after Jesus went back to heaven. He never left us alone. God always has been and still is present and at work in his creation. In the Gospel of John, chapter 15, Jesus has been teaching his disciples about how he is the vine and people who follow him are the branches. He then explains that the world will hate Christians and persecute them because they follow him. Our triune God is always active on the scene. He doesn't just tell us we will suffer and then leave us alone. Let's read John 15:26. When the Advocate comes, whom I will send to you from the Father, the Spirit of truth who goes out from the Father, he will testify about me. Jesus says that he will send the Spirit from the Father. That means the Father is currently separate or apart. In theological terms, we call this transcendence. God is over and above everything we can think or imagine. He is transcendent. Jesus explains that after he leaves the world, he will send the Holy Spirit. The Holy Spirit is also known as the Advocate. The verb advocate means to publicly support. The Holy Spirit comes to be a very present and active support in our lives. God is not just over and above everything, he is involved and active in everything. The theological term for this is immanence. The Trinity is both transcendent and immanent. God is beyond our comprehension and God is personal. One of the ways that he is personally involved in our lives is through the gift of the Holy Spirit. Although the Holy Spirit is a gift, it's a gift we have to ask for. This isn't like asking Santa for a Christmas gift. As children, when we ask Santa, we hope. When we ask God, we can have confidence, not wishful thinking. We can have faith in a trustworthy God. We want to ask the Father for the gift of the Holy Spirit because God created us to be in a personal relationship with the Trinity. Later in this course, you will learn more about the person of the Holy Spirit, who is probably the least understood member of the Trinity. For now, let's look at one of his main roles in our lives by reading 1 Peter 1, verses 1 and 2. This is from Peter's first letter to the Christians who are scattered all over. It was written after Jesus died, rose again, and returned to heaven. The early church is just getting started. Peter writes, Peter, an apostle of Jesus Christ, to God's elect, exiles scattered throughout the provinces of Pontus, Galatia, Cappadocia, Asia, and Bithynia, who have been chosen according to the foreknowledge of God the Father, through the sanctifying work of the Spirit, to be obedient to Jesus Christ and sprinkled with his blood. Grace and peace be yours in abundance. Peter, who lived under Jesus' personal teaching, recognized the reality of the Trinity, and he specifically pointed out the sanctifying work of the Holy Spirit within the Trinity. Holiness is the central character trait of God's identity. Alan Coppage writes, Holiness characterizes all of God's being and activity, his personal nature, his transcendence, his immanence, and the character traits that describe who he is and his relationship to others. In other words, our transcendent triune God is holy. He wants us to live in that same holiness through the immanent presence of his Spirit advocating for us, supporting us as we live holy lives that please him.